Hello everyone, this is Jace Good from a Diamond and a Sticks YouTube channel, and I figured we would go over this most recent TV series that I watched on Netflix called Cassandra. It's a limited time series on Netflix, and I don't really know how many episodes it has to it. I've already watched it all, but I think it only had like maybe 5 or 6 episodes. I'm not sure. Um, when the TV series first starts out, it starts out like this guy, he comes up on a crash site, and inside the crashed vehicle is a man. He's hanging out the windshield, and he's already passed on. And then there's like a woman and a little tiny baby in the back. And then he asked them if they're all right and everything. And then the woman says, who did this or what's the matter or whatever, because the woman said she does this or she does this or whatever. She keeps saying that. And anyways, he's like, who's she? And then she's like, her, Cassandra. And then she points to her, and Cassandra is this robot. It's like I don't know, like a, kind of looks like a deformed looking vacuum cleaner or something. And this all mostly takes place whenever Cassandra is built, the robot. Her time period was back in the 1970s, and that's when she lived, was back in the 1970s. Anyways, into the future, after it shows that at the beginning of the first episode or whatever, it shows a family like in modern day times. They move into this kind of like I guess you would call it like a modern type home or an open framed home or something. I don't really know that design, but anyways, it's a nice house or whatever, and they move into it because they're trying to escape their lives they used to live because the incident happened beforehand, and they're trying to, get away from that environment or whatever. So they move into this house, and it's like a little girl, a little boy, well, a teenage boy, a little girl, a mom and a dad, and then the teenage boy, he stumbles on top of this robot, which is Cassandra, the robot. But at first, he didn't think it was working, and he goes downstairs to try to turn on the power for her, and he didn't think he could get it working or nothing. And then as they're sleeping through the night, um, she ends up turning herself on. Cassandra turns herself on, or she comes back to working, or whatever you want to call it. And so, anyways, as through the night, she roams around to every room, and she ends up in the little girl's room at nighttime. Well, the little girl has nightmares from before, from the life that they're trying to escape, because what happened before was the mother's sister tried to unalive herself, and she did unalive herself at their last house in the kitchen. And so they're trying to escape that. And the dad, he is an actual like best-selling author in the storyline to the TV series or whatever, and he writes books and stuff, so that's why what he works for. And then the mother's like a sculpture artist or something. And then the boy, he's like a teenager, and they both go to school, the boy and the girl does. Anyways, throughout the series, like Cassandra, I mean, she comes back to working again or whatever. And then they have it set up in this house, like on all the TV screens in the room and stuff. There's a TV screen in every room of the house. So Cassandra, she's not just in robot form, like she goes around the house with in a robot form. She's also on all those TV screens throughout the house. So she's constantly being able to see what's going on in every room she goes into. like she's completely attached to the house or whatever you want to call it. And then she also has these um, machine parts onto her, or that she can hook onto her, and like she can mow the grass. And when the TV series first starts out, she's mowing the grass, and then she does like some mean evil stuff throughout the series. Like there was like a little rat that passed away, and the little girl and Cassandra buried the rat, and the little girl placed like a painted rock on the rat's grave. And then the rock, when she's mowing the grass, she does it on purpose though. It flies up through the window and busts through the window, and the mother's the only one home, and it hits the mother in the side and hurts her. And then she starts doing other things that's kind of devious. The robot does, Cassandra does, throughout the series and stuff. But I'm not going to go over the complete series or nothing with you all. I'm just kind of giving you tidbits or whatever. But anyway, she goes and does different things, and then she can like help also like hook on different machine parts to her hands and stuff to like help chop things and work a knife or scissors and different things in the kitchen and stuff. And so she does that. And then later on, when they start figuring out Cassandra, that Cassandra's like this evil robot or whatever, and then they start finding out her backstory. And then eventually the mother gets sent away to like a psych ward. And while she's gone to the psych ward, it's just the dad and the son and the daughter left at the house. And then they figure out that Cassandra was the one doing all this mean stuff all along. And they find out her backstory and stuff. And what had happened back when she was alive, when she was an actual human being and existed, was her husband was like a scientist, and or he worked in the laboratory or something. And he figured out a way of transplanting her mind and all that into that robot. And so she found out she was going to pass away anyways, because I think she had like cancer or something, and her name was Cassandra or whatever. And so she decided to transfer her mind or whatever into the robot before she passed away. And so that's how she ended up into being in robot form. And that's why she was attached to that house, because before she passed on, they set the whole house up so that her robot form could travel all throughout the house and everything. So that's basically a little tidbits about the series. It was kind of creepy and kind of scary at times. Um, I wouldn't watch it again, but I mean, I guess I'm kind of glad I watched it or whatever. It was something to watch. It was a little bit entertaining or whatever. But and yeah, I would recommend you all to watch it or whatever. But it was a little bit of a weird, creepy, I don't know, futuristic type storyline or whatever to it. And eventually, they end up at the end of the TV series, the family that live in there and find out everything, they have to flee the house because Cassandra sets it on fire, and then she dies in the house with the house or whatever. But that's what happened to her, and that's why she became a robot and stuff. But yeah, I would recommend you all to watch it, and that's what I've been watching here lately. It's a little bit on the scary side though. It's a little bit creepy, and it's kind of at parts of it, it's a little bit bloody and a little bit gory. So, but the name of it is Cassandra, and it's on Netflix. and it's a limited time only series, so I don't know how much longer to be on there or nothing. But anyways, I just figured I'd get on here and talk about it, and I appreciate those of you who watch, and I will see you and talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.